Hello, welcome back to Going Dutch. Today we face two really tough games. First of all, we've got to try and overturn a 4-goal deficit in the Europa League. And then we face the title champions for the last two seasons in the Eredivisie by way of Feyenoord. Hello, it's a very warm welcome to episode 56 of Going Dutch, as we try and turn around a Dutch side that's been relegated from the Eredivisie, in this case Waalwijk, and return them to the top flight and leave them as an established side. And this is our journey. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have for you two games as usual. It's the UEFA Europa League third qualifying round. Second leg against Club Brugge, 4-0 down at half-time, effectively. And then we face the Eredivisie Matchday 2 at home to Feyenoord. Not an easy episode. It could be two losses. It could be two really, really strange wins, or it could be a mix of anything. And I hope you're going to stay with me today and enjoy those. We're going to get that underway very, very quickly. We are in transfer window, of course, so we're going to have a quick check to see if there's any transfer news. Nothing come in since Vessels. Baton and Vassen are the two players having gone out, so nothing doing in there. In the medical centre, we're all clear, so it's all looking fine and dandy. Just a quick check on the table. The Eredivisie, of course, only played one game, so not a lot to tell you. We are in 8th, having played our first game, won the first game, and we are at the bottom of that little pile of 3 points based on goal difference, just that one goal against Sparta Rotterdam. So it's to the Europa League League Path third qualifying round. Second leg is first up. It's Club Brugge in this one. We're at home on both these games, and we've got a 4-goal deficit to overturn. Can we go and do it? Let's go and find out. And this is how we line up against Club Brugge in this second leg of the third qualifying round of the UEFA Europa League. Just to mention that we're struggling for defenders because we've not been able to bring in Vassels. He's unregistered. And I think that's mainly because we haven't had a registration point since he's come in, which has caused us a little bit of a problem. Hopefully we do get another registration before the next stage, and hopefully given that opportunity we can actually bring him into the side. So that's caused us a little bit of a problem today, but the side that will face Club Brugge is Bergstrom, who played so well in that game against Sparta Rotterdam. Don't let me down today, please. Lucas, he's playing in goal. Van der Beek, Rekic and Rosier are defensive line. Drambev comes in on the left. Whoever is on the right. Varro plays as the central midfielder. Latonda is on the left. Peter comes in on the right for Stanovic. Romney sits behind Ross Stewart up front, and it's Setford, Leveld, Songa, Hansen, Stanovic, Reen, Toure, Elatim, Testa, Boumassoudi, Cares and Van Doren on the bench. And here we are at the Mandemakers for this second leg. 4-0 down after the first leg. It's a long way back. They're playing a 4-2-3-1 today. Thiago up front, Coppin behind them. Bo Svensson is their manager as the teams come out on the pitch, and they're playing in their away kit tonight, which is a red with black bits. First highlight comes, and it's Club Brugge on the ball. 13 minutes on the clock. We need to get a goal back fairly early if we're going to stand any chance here. 0-0 at half-time, or even another goal behind, we will be in trouble. Peter wins that ball, but he's brought down Romney. And referee waving play on. Romney chips this ball in for Stewart. He's gone in. Goalkeeper made a Horlicks of that. And a question whether he was offside. Come on, referee. He was offside. Stewart just gone that bit early. Lovely ball. The goalkeeper with a throw in, 25 on the clock. That's cut out by whoever. Back to Bergstrom, who launches a long one. That's one in midfield by Varro. Varro to whoever. It's a poor ball by whoever. Giving the ball away. We can't afford to do that. We need to be on it. And they're attacking again through that midfield. This ball in. Sort of headed away, but not cleared. Swat. But Peter's there. Varro. We can build an attack again. Stewart wins that ball. Drambev. We're relying on him to do something today. Drambev. Cross it in. And Stewart scored this time. Oh, it's offside again. Deary me. Oh, it's not. He wasn't offside this time. And we get one back. It's 4-1 then on 26, but we need at least another one before half time. Stewart definitely onside. You can see the lines just to prove it. When this ball's played, this defender here playing him on, and he missed getting rid of the ball as well. We have a corner. Peter. This one to the back post. Oof, just over the top, not far away. Corner. Peter pulls it back to Romney. Romney. Back to Peter. Peter chips it in. And it's an offside. In fact, it just went for a goal kick. Well worked play, but and half-time comes and we've only managed to get one goal back and we're still 3 behind. We've got it all to do in the second half. We've had 8 shots, just the one on target, 1.24 and 56% of the possession. They've had 3 shots, 1 on target and 44% of the possession. They've come to really keep us as close as we can. At 4-goal loss at their place has not done us any favours. And we seem to be hitting a bit of a spate of injuries. Drambev has picked up a potential foot injury. Latonda will move back into that wing-back position. And Drambev will come off. Who are we going to bring on? I think it's going to be Stanovic, possibly. Or is it Tijani Toure? I think we'll probably bring Tijani Toure on that side. He is the preferred option. Likes to play as a winger, so we'll probably set him as a winger on that side, and we may turn Peter into an inside forward on that side just to see if that makes any difference. They is our enforced change then. 70 minutes on the clock, and Romney putting that just wide. And with 74 minutes on the clock, making 2 changes. Ollie Romney is off. He's been replaced by Jurgen Elatim. And the other change we made is Patrick Varro has been replaced by Eduard Atesta. Bergstrom with a goal kick out to Latonda. Latonda comes forward. He's trying to find a way through. Couldn't find it. Van der Beek to Toure. Toure, we need to get another goal soon. This one out wide. Finds Peter. Peter pulls it back for whoever. Looking for Peter. Peter's throw, and we've scored. Jurgen Elatim just come on and gets his first goal of the season, and it's pulled it back to 4-2. We've got 15 minutes to score 2 more goals, basically. Peter just didn't stop running there, pulled it back for Elatim, who put it away deftly. They have a corner, and it's not going to be enough, I don't think. We've got two, but Jurgen's come away with this. Can he do something? He's got that out to Toure. Toure. Oh, and he couldn't do anything with it. He couldn't do anything away. Goalkeeper making the save. And goodness me. Chance goes begging, pulling it back to 4-3. Would have been quite interesting, but it's not to be. And that's gone out for a throw. It looked like we had a break on here, but Toure just couldn't finish it. And we are out of the Europa League. Beat Club Brugge 2-0 on the night. Stuart Nellertim, the scorers. But a 4-0 deficit from the first leg was just too much. Had we come back with just maybe a 2-goal deficit or whatever, we could have overturned it. We've we pummeled them 20 shots, 7 on target, 2.80, 60% of the possession. Just couldn't find a way past them. Peter having a player of the match game, 4 key passes, 2 clear-cut chances and an assist. We did bring Stanovic on right at the end of the game there, but it was too little, too late. We dominated that game. Shame we didn't do it in the first leg. We are out, and I don't think the board's going to be too happy because it did say that I would get us through to the playoff. Well, we come back with 2 bits of news. First of all, the bad news. Drambev having made a good start to the season. He is out with a sprained ankle ligaments. He's out for 4 weeks, which is bad news. It says time 2 to 4 weeks. Let's hope it's more near the 2 weeks as opposed to the 4 weeks. We thought we were out of the Europa League, having lost in the 3rd qualifying round. Well, something very strange and sneakily happens here. I'm not sure what it is, but apparently we will play AEK Larnakas in the UEFA Conference League draw. So we've dropped down to, it's not the Europa Conference League, but the Conference League. So we're not out. We're out of the Europa League, but we've gone to the Conference League, and we are in the 4th qualifying round for that. And we play Larnaca with a chance. And obviously we did quite well in this competition last year. So maybe our European exploits are not over and done just yet. So let's have a quick look at how that sits in the thing. So playing Feyenoord next in this episode. Then we're going to come back for Larnakas. The first leg of the 4th qualifying in the league path, and we will face them first of all away from home, then bring them back to our place. So next episode, Larnakas and Zwolle, and then it'll be Larnakas and Almere City. Will have played every game in this first phase, but as I said, I will show you the European games, and we will rattle through the Eredivisie games as they come up to move us forward. I suppose we could do the 2 Larnakas back to back, but let's work our way through here down to the bottom of August, and then we'll work from there based on how we do. Right, so without any more to do, it's 3 days down to the game against Feyenoord. Guys need a little bit of a rest. We'll be back just ahead of that game. And we have reached match day against Feyenoord, the second game in this season's Eredivisie. And we have a previous against them, of course, 6 games played. We've only beaten them once, but having said that, we've only lost to them once. Beat them in the Eredivisie season before last at home, lost to them at their place. Last season, we drew 2-2 at their place and 1-1 at our place. Last season, it was Martin Zindi and Tijane Toure, the scorers, levelling up against Jimenez. They took the lead through Jimenez. Martin Zindi equalising after 30. Tijane Toure giving us a 2-1 lead on 77 minutes later. Jimenez levelling it up. And the return match, it's that man Jimenez again, the man that we've got to try and put shackles on, giving them the lead after 31. But Drambev equalising on 73 last season. A couple of other bits of news. We've messed up slightly. I say we've messed up. I've messed up slightly. I played some of the players trying to give them a bit of game time in the reserves, played too many of them. And of course, we have a restriction that we can only have two players that have played in the reserves game during the week in the main squad. So that's a bit of a problem to us, as you will see very, very shortly. The other thing to mention is that we do have a... don't know if we can see it on here. Yes, we have a registration, a Europa Conference League registration just ahead of the game against Mandemakers, which does mean that we can hopefully get our incoming in by way of Vessels, put him into the squad. We'll need to have a look and see how we are going to juggle that around, but that is what we plan to do. Right, let's go and have a look at the side then that will face Feyenoord. And this is how we line up against Feyenoord. As I said, we did a bit of a problem with the players that had played in the reserves, so we've had to adjust that slightly in the subs bench, but we'll come to that in just a moment. Bergstrom then continues in goal. Vessels, Van der Beek and Rosier are defensive line. Latonda is in for the injured Drambev on the left side in the wing-back position. Whoever on the right. Varro plays in midfield. Stanovic and Peter as the wide attackers. Romney is sat behind Stewart up front. And then the bench looks like this. Setford, Leveld, Rekic, Songa, Franson, Simmons, Toure, Eltim, Atesta, Boumassoudi, Zappi and Van Duren. And obviously, as I say, we've had three players that we've had to put in there. Simmons, Zappi and Songa on the bench today. I'm not sure they will get a run out, but they're on the bench. And of course, we have a little bit of a problem in this left wing-back position with Drambev out. There's only Drambev and Latonda really that can play in those positions, but Varro and Peter can play there if we need them to. So they may move into that position if anything happens to Latonda. Hopefully, it won't. And here we are at the Mandemakers. Won 2 of our first 3 matches of the season. Lost the other one. Playing our familiar formation. Feyenoord are playing a 4-2-3-1. Jimenez up front. He's the danger man. They've drawn 1 and won 1 of their first 2 matches. They are 5th with 3 points. We are 8th with 3 points. It's early days. This highlight comes 5 minutes in. Whoever with a throw in to Varro. Back to whoever. Finds Peter. Back to whoever. He's gone into that corner flag. He's got Varro in support. Varro crosses this in. It's in the back of the net. Ross Stewart with his second goal of the season. And as is always with Ross Stewart, a question of whether he's offside. He isn't. He's onside. And I don't know whether the referees keep bothering about it. They do. But we do take a 1-goal lead on 6 minutes against Feyenoord. He was well onside. Where was all that about? Ball comes in. He was onside. They have a throw in. Gertrude and Lado. Timber's got to stop him. And a save by Bergstrom in goal. Albert to take the corner. 14 minutes on the clock. It's headed away by Stewart. And this ball back in. Albert again. He's created a bit of space. This one deep, but it's gone out. And I don't think he was firing it at... who was he firing it at? Dimitri on that far side, but didn't get him. See it again from behind the goal. Lado. Timber. Don't shout too loud. And a good save by Bergstrom. Strong hands by Bergstrom in that last highlight. Latonda throws in and over the top to Latonda. Latonda crosses this deep, looking for Peter, but it's straight into the arms of the goalkeeper. Bijal. Launches one. And didn't win that ball. Albert, he's away. Maxim, through to Jimenez and that man again. And the two of them working together gets them black level on 19 minutes. And, well, we thought we would have learned our lesson. Bergstrom couldn't do anything about that. Tonda with a throw in. 27 on the clock for Rowe. Back to Vassals. Van der Beek. Vassals finds Latonda in front of him. Latonda crosses this ball in, looking for Peter. It's come off the post. And Peter trying to squeeze it in. Didn't. And they coming away again now. When Jimenez, we need to be careful. He's in the middle there. And he's deadly. And he gets the ball. Lado looking for Jimenez. Didn't get the header in. And Peter and, well, Biljo, 29 on the clock, launches one. We've not won those headers again. And Lado gets round his man, has a shot. And I think Bergstrom got fingers to it. Albert crosses this one in. It's headed away by Rosier. Timber's got it. He'll recycle. And it's brought down. And a through ball. Tidied up by Rosier. Vassals back to Bergstrom. Bergstrom to Van der Beek. Van der Beek to Varro. Varro finds Peter. Stanovic. Not seen much of him today. Stanovic. Vassals. Van der Beek. Latonda out wide to Stanovic. Stanovic to Romney. Back to Vassals. Oh, we've given that away. The chance has gone. Latonda. Out a poor ball, but Van der Beek is equal to it. Finds it. Latonda. Latonda to Van der Beek. Bit too casual there in the middle. Rosier as we try and attack down the other wing this time. Whoever. Through to Stewart. Stewart puts it away. His third goal of the season. Referee's not going to check this one. He was well onside, and we take a 2-1 lead on 38 minutes. Not been out of this game. We look like we missed the chance on this one, but trip by Weifer on Romney, and the ball goes through to Stewart, and he composed himself and puts it away. 38 on the clock. Vassals, Rosier, Peter. Peter comes forward. He's got support there, but Rosier, Varro, whoever, Romney chips it in. And that man, Ross Stewart's got himself a hat-trick. And we take a 3-1 lead on 40 minutes. 2 goals in 2 minutes. And, well, nicely worked through to Romney. And pulls it back. And Stewart was there to get his hat-trick. And just before half-time, and we know that it doesn't allow us to sit it out with 10 men through to half-time. It just won't let us do it. I don't think it will anyway. Let's just check this out. We've got an injury to Stanovic. Let me undo that. And I think it says, informs you that they still have an injured player on the pitch. We'll take him off then, but I don't really want to take... One of the things Sports Interactive need a fix, if you want to, like, right on half-time, I don't want to take him off or just try and see the game out, but it's not going to let me. So we're going to have to make that change. And Tajani Toure is going to come on for the injured Stanovic, and that's another injury we've got to cope with. And it both down that left side. Not the time to do it, is it? Really annoying. Can we hang out until half time? And there we go. Half time, and we are 3-1 leaders. 4 shots, 4 on target, 1.33 on the XG, 64% of the possession. They've had 5 shots, 3 on target, 1.06. Jimenez getting a goal after 19 minutes to equalise from Ross Stewart, but it's Ross Stewart 2 in 2 minutes. 38 minutes and 39 minutes gives us a 3-1 lead at half time. Bad news is Stanovic is injured. Let's hope it's nothing too sinister. And with 17 minutes on the clock, we're making 2 changes. Thierry Latonda is tiring. And yellow card, so we've taken him off. He has been replaced by Julian Leveld, but Leveld plays on the right-hand side. Whoever has moved over to the left, and the other change that we've made is in midfield. We've taken off Patrick Varro and brought on Jürgen Ellertim. And with 88 minutes on the clock, nearly 89 minutes, we're going to try and see the game out, still with 3-1. No highlights in this second half. I'm quite happy to take that if we win 3-1. But we have made our final changes. We can't change anybody else as wide players because we simply haven't got anybody on the bench. With Stanovic out now, we are really struggling with numbers out there for the wide players, especially having had to drop players out, of course, as well, which didn't help because of my sort of misreading of the rules. So we could have brought on Zappi, I suppose, or one of the others, but decided not to. So the final changes are Romney has come off. Boumassoudi comes on for Romney. And our final change is Dario van der Beek. He's come off and been replaced by Omar Rekic. And obviously with those changes, I don't know if they've been made yet, but they have a free kick. Of course they do. And, this will set the cat amongst the pigeons. And they've got a question of whether he was offside or not. But with 5 minutes to play of injury time, we're going to have to really be batten down the hatches. I suspect this will be a goal. It is. And it's 3-2. Fired back in. Oh, yeah. Bergstrom beaten. See the lines now. First highlight, and it's really annoying. We have hung on in there, and we have won the game 3-2. Injury to Maxim as well on 59 minutes. That probably hasn't helped them. They took Jimenez off at half time, which was rather interesting. But we have beaten them 3-2. Feyenoord last season and the season before's champions have been beaten, and we've beaten them for the second time in this series. 7 shots, 6 of which were on target, 1.66. They had 13 shots, 5 on target, 1.59, and we had 61% of the possession. Ross Stewart picking up a player of the match, 1 key pass, 3 goals, and 9.4 for him. Ollie Romney also having a great game out there. But the big worry is Filip Stanovic injured long term, or will it only be a short term? It's not good news, I'm afraid, and Stanovic will be out for 4 to 5 weeks with a twisted ankle. It's about the 3rd or 4th one we've had just recently, and, well, going to leave it to the physio and hope that he's not out any longer than absolutely necessary, which means the medical centre. Drambev, sprained ankle ligaments. Filip Stanovic, twisted ankle. A bruised knee for Ollie Romney, and he was only short term, thankfully. But we've got 2 players out now for around about a month, which isn't good news. And both of them down the left-hand side of the pitch, which is bad news. Let's have a look at the rest of today's results. And here are the day's results. Utrecht beating Volendam by 4-0. Almere City 0. Sparta Rotterdam 0. PSV beating De Graafschap, who promoted last season, by 5-1. FC Emmen losing 2-0 to Ajax. Roda Kerkrade beating Nijmegen 2-1. Zwolle beating Heerenveen 2-0. We beat Feyenoord 3-2. And Fortuna Sittard losing 2-0 to AZ. Leaves the table after just 2 games looking like this. There are 5 teams on maximum points, including ourselves, but we're at the bottom of that pile on goal difference. PSV top on 8 goal difference. Utrecht second with 5. FC 20 third with 3, and Ajax are 4th with 3. We're just outside of those European places with a goal difference of 2 on 6, and then obviously a number of teams on 3, and so on and forth. Nijmegen, Emmen, FC Emmen, and Fortuna Sittard, 3 teams yet to get off the mark, lost both their opening 2 games. But as I've said, it is snakes and ladders this time of year. You can go up and down very, very quickly. String a couple of wins together and you're well on your way. Right, so we're going to come back for our Conference League 4th qualifying round. Larnakas and Zwolle in the next episode. There'll be Larnakas and Almere City in the episode after that, as we look to try and progress to the sort of stage, to the game stage of the league stage. That's what I was looking for. The league stage of the Conference League for the 2nd season in a row, having got knocked out of the Europa League. We've defaulted to the Conference League. Let's see if we can get through that. AEK Larnakas of Cyprus is the team that we will face, and I hope you can join me for that. If you've enjoyed today's episode, though, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button. That keeps you up to date with all future episodes of Going Dutch and our other series, bottom to top, as they are released. And new episodes of Going Dutch are released every Monday and Thursday, 4:15 p.m. And the best way of keeping up to date what's happening on this channel is to follow me on X at JustOffside2. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you for the next episode. Larnakas and Zwolle in episode 57, and it's out on Thursday. Until then, have yourselves a great week. Bye bye.